Welcome to the bakery. This week we're going to be working through the steps of making a traditional Israelite meal like they may have during the Exodus. So before we get into the actual making food, let's talk about one of our verses for today. Exodus chapter 12 verse 39. I'll read it. It says, And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough that they had brought out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not wait, nor had they prepared any provisions for themselves. That means when they left Egypt, they didn't have everything they needed, and they had to make do with what they had. So what we're going to be making today is unleavened bread, matzah, and what makes a bread unleavened is they don't have a rising agent, which is yeast. Now we usually use yeast for all of our foods or our breads that we make. So we're going to be making bread without that. So first things first, here's our recipe. There's what we have to do. I should have wrote this at number 1, but preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So first, let's talk about what we have here. We have measuring cups, a cutting board for you to roll it out on if you don't want to do it on your counter, measuring cup, a rolling pin. You can use wooden, metal, whatever, and a bowl that we're going to use to mix it in. So first, we're going to do 2 cups of whole wheat flour, which is what we have here. This is the Pillsbury, and it's going to be a little bit messy. There's some on my bag, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do 2 cups of this. We're doing half of it, so just 1 cup. Okay.
So you're going to do half the recipe so we don't make this one.
Yeah, we're going to do half of the recipe. There's 1 cup, and that's all we need. So now we can set this to the side because we won't need it. Next up, we're going to mix in the salt. It can be sea salt, just normal salt. It doesn't matter.
Now, if you're trying to make this truly kosher, you would use kosher products, right?
Yeah. Okay. But don't have that at the time. So you're just going to take a half a teaspoon of salt, but we don't have teaspoons or tablespoons with us. So we're just going to do the old-fashioned way, I guess.
Do like they would have done during Exodus,
And
made a measure.
Take a little bit on your hand and guesstimate how much you need. Should be good. Next, we're going to put in the olive oil. We'll do 2 tablespoons, or 1 tablespoon actually, because we're halving it. But we don't have that, so we're just going to eyeball it and hope it works out right. But it will, because that's what they did too. That's good. So now, we don't need that, and don't need that. I don't know why I put it there. We're going to put water in there. This is just a bottle of water. You can use tap, I guess, or fridge water, or whatever you want. But we're going to do, a little over a 1/4 cup of water.
So what's important about when you're mixing this? How do you know you have enough water or not?
If it starts crumbling, we had this problem earlier. If it starts crumbling, it's probably too dry, and if it's like a soup, then it's too wet. So just finding that happy medium in there.
So would I add flour if it was soupy and add more water if it was too dry?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try this. And you can use a spatula or whatever, but I'll just use my hands because it's just more fun that way.
How long do you mix it for?
3 minutes. Mix it for 3 minutes, just to make sure you get that good, like, doughy consistency. So you can see right here where it's like all falling apart and that. It's too dry. Just keep adding water until it looks good. So once you roll out your disc, you can set it down, grab your fork, which I forgot to mention earlier, and start poking holes into it. This is to stop it from rising. So once you're done poking the holes in your bread, you can take your pan, and at home we used a different kind of pan. It was like
A wire mesh
Yeah.
pizza pan.
and it worked great, so we'll see how this one does. You just stick them on there, throw in the oven for 10 minutes, again at 400, and once it's done, then you can eat
How do you
it.
know it's done?
When it's like crunchy, but you can tear it apart.
The edges started brown on ours. That's how we knew
Did
it.
they? Yeah. So once the edges are brown, you can take it out and eat it. It's best served warm with some
Chorset.
charset.
Chorset.
So we'll be making that in tomorrow's lesson.
Or with olive oil and spices,
Yeah.
and there's lots of different ways to enjoy this handmade matzah, and it is exponentially more flavorful and better than the stuff that we buy in the box. So it's really good.
Okay, and again, if you have to, you don't have to make this, but you can also go to the store and just buy some matzah squares. You can see in the picture all the little holes that's in it. So, yeah. So once they're out of the oven, they are, like we said, are tough but easily breakable. It's very cereally. It's grainy. Obviously, we use grain bread, or grain flour, sorry. But as you can see, it's a little browned on the edges, and they rise up a little bit. So that's when you know they're done. But make sure you save some for tomorrow if you have any extras. Sorry, I'm munching down over here. Didn't even realize it. Just save some for the next lesson, and we'll see you there. Thank you.